in this video, we're going to cover how to create a landing page or a thank you page for after a user converts on a form, and how to store your PDF or premium content downloads. So the first part, creating a thank you page, this is essentially someone's landed on one of your landing pages you've created. They've filled out the form, and then they were taken to an area where they could actually download the premium content they were offered. So it's actually really easy for us to create thank you pages. All we're going to do is go into the landing pages and create a new landing page, but specifically for thank yous. Okay, so you can see here we have our Supercharge Your Joomla website with inbound marketing, our download that we offer on jInbound. And we went in and created a second thank you page that is where we send people after they've completed that form. And it's just created right in jInbound. You're going to want to have things like your actual content download, link to your content download. You're going to want to have other conversion opportunities, right? This person was engaged enough that they converted on the original form. This is a really great place that you can get additional conversions. Things like subscribing to your blog, things like following you on social networks. It could be converting on the next premium content download. So there's a lot of different options that you can use, but it's a really great place to get some additional conversions. And I would recommend watching our video series on inbound marketing to learn a little bit more about that. So once you've created your thank you page, you will want to associate both of these, including your thank you page, to menu items. And we discussed how to do that in a previous video. From here, you're going to go into your original landing page and go to the forms section, where at the bottom of the forms you can see this field. After filling out this form, send to page, and we want to select a menu item. Then we go down to the menu item and we want to select whatever that thank you page is that we want to send them to. In this case, we're going to send them to the thank you page for Supercharge Your Inbound Marketing. And it's that simple. And then it's going to send them to that next jInbound landing page. Now, if you don't want to do that, you could create it with just basic content, static content, the com content that's in Joomla. You could do it if you're using some other CCK or something like that. You could send them anywhere, but this is a really simple way to just pop out another landing page with some conversion factors and send them there as well. You may, if you are able to create custom ones, you may want to create a custom template for landing pages, specifically if you don't want to include any forms or have them look like this, but that's always an option as well. Okay, so you've created your landing page. Now, how do we get the actual premium content on there? Well, if it's a video, if it's a webinar, I would recommend trying to get with a third-party hosting solution. And so the two that I would recommend looking into is either Vimeo, which is a little bit more affordable option. They allow you to host videos with them, and you can restrict them to only displaying on your website. So that way they're not publicly available. People can't be sharing them. They're only visible on that thank you page. The other option you have is what we use is Wistia. And Wistia is a phenomenal marketing hosting solution. They have a lot of really awesome analytics. They have really some cool features you can add in there, a lot of really cool stuff, but a little more expensive, but it's kind of one of those, you get those extra features for the extra money you spend. So either Wistia or Vimeo Pro will work well. Now, you're going to embed those videos into this thank you page that we created in jInbound, that landing page we created, and post them there for people to watch. Now, one little thing to keep in mind, I know depending on how your site is set up, sometimes embed code can be stripped out based off of your editor or based off of different JavaScript queries that are going on. And so if you're having problems where it's not displaying correctly on your landing page for some reason, first I'd try turning off your editor and doing it. And if that doesn't work, I would try hopping in our support forum and seeing, I'm sure it'll explain how to do it step by step if that doesn't work. So if it's a PDF, that's actually something you can host yourself. And there's a few different ways we can host. It could be from an FTP. So maybe you want to upload it to an FTP folder and then get the URL to link to from there. It could be from something like a Dropbox or a Google Drive. Or for the vast majority of you, I'd probably recommend just using your media manager that's built into Joomla. And so to do that, we're going to go back to the Joomla dashboard and go up to the content menu and go down to Media Manager. Now these are all the images and all the media that's hosted on your site. I would probably recommend creating a specific folder for all of your content downloads, which I already did. So we're going to go in there. And then here is where you can see all your content downloads or upload new ones. So in this case, I want to click Upload, choose Files, and I'll select that PDF on my computer, and then click Start Upload. And it may take a minute. If you can see here, there's a maximum size of 10 megabytes. If it happens to be more than that, maybe you want to look at a Dropbox option or FTP option instead. But it's going to upload your PDF and it'll display it in here. Now, getting the actual URL for this PDF is a little bit more tricky, but I'm going to explain right here how to do that. In 2.5, it's a little easier. I actually just display the URL route here, or path, I should say. But I pulled up our ebook, and if we take a look at the URL, it's going to be your website domain. So in this case, jInbound.com /images, and all that is the media manager. So images folder is the media manager / content downloads, which this is the folder that I created in the media manager / the name of the PDF. Okay, and it is capitalized, like capital sensitive, case sensitive. So make sure that if you capitalize the stuff, that you capitalize it in the URL. So again, it's your URL / images to go into Media Manager / content downloads, which is the folder within Media Manager where I store them, and then the name of the PDF. And that's how you're going to get your URL. And this is the URL you're going to copy and you're going to link to on your thank you page so people can access and download your content. So that's how you create thank you pages and store your content with jInbound.